is we built a small maze just to sort of kind of represent what you might anticipate seeing in Universal. So my staff, we built all the maze that you see. We built everything. We had to age the wood, beat it up, and do all the things that they have to do to make things look old and creepy that really aren't. Universal provided us with a lot of the elements that you see, the pictures and such, and of course the AV. We've got the sound playing on this one just to give it a little bit of an effect here. We also figured out how you create aged-looking curtain material. We stained it with stain and coffee. Works very well. Just dump it in water and stir it around for a day or two, and you get nice aged-looking cheesecloth that serves you very well. We incorporated some elements that they use in their houses, like a boudoir. We have a boudoir right here that folks can open up and see a somewhat scary. It's safe for the fingers. We have a character back here that you'll kind of see in the flashing. That's the Usher character from 2009. Then we have a boo hole right here. Which is a really nice piece, and that's where you heard the scream. So it looks like a mirror, but this is actually a two-way mirror. So I'll walk around and give you the faux. Oh, there's a person in there. Did you hit the button?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. You just got it. There you go. You got it without me having to do anything. So we think that's really nice, and of course, I guess they'll have a lot of fun with that. But that's another element that they use as well to give that startle effect. Then we have Jack's blender around the corner. This was used the year that they had Jack as their lead character. Here's a nice sequence of images that shows how it was actually used. They had a show, and Jack would come out and get a victim to stand inside of it, and then hit the button, and these jets would shoot red liquid up. This is a double enclosed, and it would fill up with red liquid, and of course the person would sink down, and they've been pureed. And you can walk in. You can walk in. It's got a bit of a low bridge. You can walk in. It's a nice picture spot.
Yeah, I can figure
We have some of their classic folks. This is Jack's costume and Jack's assistant. And then we have Fear, which is just a great costume. We love having Fear here, the opportunity to show him, because he has played such a big role. The Funkins, we thought we'd have, should we show some of those, have fun with the Funkins, as it were, because some years they use quite a lot of them, some years they don't, and we thought we'd show folks what those, because some years you walk into the trees are just filled with them in some of those areas, and they're really nice little eerie presence. The Palace Theater. This was their online presence in 2009, and we were really thrilled to get this. They rebuilt this for us. The video right here backs up this story. It shows all the building and background information, and there is some sound that comes with it.
Great. This is 2009 when we did the Palace Theater. A group of our artists actually built a model, the scale model, and in the video that we have over here, you can see for the website, we had our lighting crew light it. We had small lights, little LED lights throughout, and this became an integral part of the web. You'd actually go through the web and find out the different houses, the scare zones. Ray Kime put the whole thing together, built it, and then we all got it together in a soundstage over the course of a couple of days and spent a day or two filming it. This is one side. You'd come in through the lobby this way. There was another side mirrored on this side. Then there was a grand staircase at the back. So this is about a third of it. It had the ceiling, it had headers coming across it, it had a marble floor, it had each of the houses had a poster as though that film was going to be playing. This is the year we did Frankenstein, we did Dracula, The Spawning, Wolfman. So each movie was portrayed as a poster within the model. And we used the little lipstick cameras, so it felt like you were that size walking through it. And there was an entire backstory written for the website, written by Rick Spencer, that told the story of the Palace Theater and the history behind it and the nefarious things that happened in it.
This is something that the real aficionados of Halloween Horror Nights will really get a kick out of seeing this. So we're very excited to be able to have this here. So this is the walkthrough when you got the... Oh, and there's somebody in there getting ready to surprise somebody. There's a button in there to push and the light comes on and they're suddenly visible. So that's substantially it. The one other piece we have is out here. We extended this exhibit, and of course a few more characters. We have to get somebody in on stilts each time because it's such an important part of what they do is with their stilt characters. The Travel Channel in the late 90s put together something about Halloween Horror Nights. It was a half-hour show behind the screams, I believe it was. This is a 10-minute portion of it that they edited down for us. So we didn't want to include it in there. We wanted to give people a chance to really sit down and watch it if they wanted to, so we've got a seating area here separately. So folks can just sit here and actually watch it and really get a good sense of behind the scenes what goes on to create Halloween Horror Nights. So we give them a taste in there, they get a good sense of it, and then if they want to, they can sit down and watch this. They really get a good idea of all the work that goes into creating Halloween Horror Nights.
There's certainly a fascination with Halloween Horror Nights. It's obviously a huge event every year, but what does it mean for the History Center to be going so in-depth on it?
Well, working with Universal has been just terrific for us. They're such an important part of Central Florida and our culture today. And they've been around for so long that really they are a part of our history and a part of our cultural fabric in the community. And what's fascinating on top of everything else with Halloween, at Halloween Horror Nights, as scary as it can be, is that what they started here way back in 1991 actually has gone global, and they now do it at all their parks. Mm-hmm. So really, Orlando holds a piece in Universal's history because it all started here, you could say. So it's certainly something that we're very excited to bring the story of it to all of our guests here and to show that there is a lot of history here with Universal and Central Florida, and Halloween Horror Nights certainly plays a key role in that.
I know the event itself is open to all ages, recommended for 13 and up, though. Yes. What would you say about the exhibit here? You know, the elementary school tour groups, are they going to come through there?
We designed this exhibit. I gave my staff explicit instructions that I think they held to pretty well. We want to show that our guests how they do it, but we don't want to do it. Universal Studios can scare and startle. Mm-hmm. Where we have our little warning up front that you're entering a startle zone, and you can't, and that's a great example. People can hide behind that window. Aside from that, I'd like to think that it's very low-key. I wouldn't have any problem at all with children going through.
Great. And how long is the Horror Nights area going to be here?
This is up through November 3rd.
Okay.
And then we shut it down and get set for the holidays.